So today I want to talk about getting your client's offer accepted. Okay. And I want to go there because you hear so much buzz. I mean, if you are on social media at all, you see a lot of real estate agents that are having a problem with getting their client's offer accepted. Then they start blaming it on, okay, well, this loan type or that loan type, or this down payment assistance program, or these types of buyers over these other types of buyers, and really, there's so many different variables that are at play when it comes to an offer, right? And one can be very different than another depending on who the seller is on the opposite end. So one can win with one seller when that same offer would not have won at all with any other sellers. Why? Because it's really independent on what is the seller really looking for. All right. But today I want to really talk to you right now about, again, how do you get your clients offer accepted, and really, but I want to talk about and be very crystal clear on some things that the agent can do, you can do, to help with getting your offers accepted, right? Because we can't blame the buyer all the time when we have control. We as agents have control over a good portion of some of the things that are occurring. All right. Case in point. All right. I want to talk about this, right? If you are an agent and you do not know your local market, that is an area of opportunity. All right. So you should understand, okay, what types of homes are in this area, what types of homes are in that area, right? How fast are homes, turning over, right? Which we know right now they're turning over really in days. But really, what's your sales to list price ratio, right? Uh, all those things you should know, right? You can pull this information in your MLS, right? As far as you getting, just some of that market data, so you have a better understanding of what's going on inside of your local market. The reason why this is important, because it's going to help you to structure that deal. All right, because you know what's happening in that particular area, which means that you can educate your buyers. This is what's going on in this particular area. Now, another thing that I at least talk to my team a lot about is you've got to be ready to set up the deal before there's a deal. Okay, you said, Don, what do you mean by that? All right, so so let's say, okay, so you have a new buyer. Okay, are you the type of agent that when you got a new buyer, you just go out and start showing homes? If you are, we're missing a good component of, one, the education piece that you should have during a buyer consultation. And that is, I can't stress how critical that is. That is so, so critical for you to sit down, have a proper buyer consultation to where you can actually educate them on what's going on in the market, but also get a lot of the necessary information so you can structure a deal before you even have a deal, right? So again, let me go a little bit deeper. Okay. So do you understand, or do you know what all of your buyers' finances are like? And some people say, well, I don't want to get that deep in there. Well, I can't get that deep and ask them all their personal stuff. How in the world are you going to know that they have an extra $15,000 just sitting inside of an account if you don't ask? So if you don't know that money is sitting over there, and they really don't know sometimes to even answer that question to you, but or answer that question, if you don't know, then how can you even structure a deal potentially for an appraisal gap? But you don't even know that it even exists. Or wait a minute, you don't know that they potentially have a 401k that they can tap into funds for their primary residence that wouldn't negatively impact their 401k. But we didn't ask those questions. There's so many people that have these large amounts of 401ks, and they can use some of that as part of their down payment, and we're not even asking those things. Well, how much is in there? Or maybe they have a life insurance policy, or maybe they have, they can tap into, or maybe they have somebody that can give them some funds, or maybe they have something they can sell that can help them, with some of the down payment money. We don't know because we didn't ask. You have to be ready to really ask those tough questions, but educate your buyer enough to where you're saying, look, here's the reason why I'm asking these questions. Yeah. That how you answer these questions will help me to be able to structure how I'm going to present an offer for you, when that time comes. Right? We know right now, let's say if somebody's approved, let's say for $300,000, trying to, and that's their top of their budget, trying to find a $300,000 house today, and you put in an offer $300,000, it's probably not going to get your offer accepted because you have people that's going over the list price. Hence, you understand your sales to list price ratio, right? But here's the deal. If you know that your buyer has money, additional money that they can do an appraisal gap, you've had that conversation, or they have access to that money. That's what our job is. Our job is to help them to be able to get the home that they really want. But if that's all they have, but we're looking at $300,000 homes, and we know that more than likely they're not going to be able to get it. So maybe we adjust that to where now we're looking at 290 homes or 295 homes, right? So we're making the proper adjustments in the homes that we look at. This way, it helps you to help them because you understand. Okay, when it's time for us to put in your offer, I know how I'm going to structure this. Right now, I already know how I'm going to structure this deal for you or this offer for you. Now we just have to go find the house that you like and this criteria, and I'm going to present this offer just like this. And that will help you to pre-plan it. That you as the agent, you control that part because you know how to present offers on your client's behalf. We know that just telling somebody, hey, I'm going to go $20,000 above the list price is not necessarily going to win the offer. And a lot of times it's not because most people are going over list price right now. So what, the ink on your contract looks better than the ink on the other contract? No, how do you choose? So you as the agent have to be able to help structure that deal looking at all the components, right? If you have a buyer that actually has time to spare, meaning that they can close on a home and they don't have to move in immediately. Okay, well now you can pull that lever and give a seller additional time because okay, now I understand how much money my buyer actually has that we can work with, to help structure a deal better, right? We know that they have some time where they don't have to move in, immediately. Again, those are a lot of things that you can be able to help structure the deal before there is a deal. Okay? And again, you control that part. And then up in there is when you are educating, right, your buyer on here's some things that we're going to have to do. So make sure that this is available and here's the reasons why. That eliminates a lot of frustration for your buyer and for you because you end up not having to show as many homes because you already have the plan that you're going to be presenting. And then you should be able to look and say, you know what, this really is a really great offer. What else can I pull in order to be able to get this offer accepted? Okay? Because essentially you're probably presenting the same one over and over and over again because you have that blueprint. Okay? Now, the third thing that I want to talk about is, again, this is something that you as the agent controls. Okay? You control as the agent presenting a complete offer. We list on our team, the Latimore Group, we list a lot of homes every single year. Okay? And I can't tell you how many times we receive offers that are not complete. Whose fault is that? First of all, your buyer doesn't even know that you're submitting incomplete offers. When you have a listing agent that is receiving 15, 20 offers or more, do you think that listing agent literally has time? And then a lot of them are so similar. Okay. Do you think that listing agent literally has time to go back to every person and say, hey, you didn't send me your proof of funds, right? I know in South Carolina we also have to present a property condition disclosure report, right? You didn't submit a property condition disclosure report, But now you're giving me till 4 o'clock tomorrow to respond, and you didn't even give me everything that I need. Oh yeah, by the way, I've got 8 other offers on the table too, but you didn't submit everything that you were supposed to be submitting. Whose fault is that? That's us as the agent. So we know everything that we need to do to present our client's offer. We control those things. That's some of the controllables. And the first things first, you got to control the controllables. And if you're presenting incomplete offers, that's not on your client. That part is on you. It even doesn't even matter what the other components that I talked about were about. You control that, presenting complete offers, making sure all the information is there. Okay? So again, that's what helps. And then just making sure that even what you submit, making sure that it's clear, that's understandable. Because if you are the agent that is submitting incomplete offers or offers that aren't clear, trust me, that's a big reason why your offers are going to the bottom of the stack. Because, and you can't get frustrated trying to figure out why. Well, nobody's accepting my offers. No, nobody's accepting how you're presenting your offers. Because your offer is no different than somebody else's, when it comes to probably, the dollar value, but you may have a few components in there that's hidden because of how you're presenting the offer. So make sure that your offer is clear and understandable, and that, it really helps to highlight what your client is able to do. Okay? Now, a few other components, again, self-explanatory. We already know this. Making sure that your client is presenting the highest and best in the very beginning. This is not time to test the waters. We all know that. If you're testing the waters, you're testing on out, because guess what? You're failing that class. You're going to the back of the bus. Okay? And again, I'm just telling you, this is how a listing agent thinks. If you're a buyer's agent, okay, you have to get into the minds of a listing agent that is receiving all of these offers. And don't get frustrated saying, well, why is it the listing agents are doing their job? They are so much ultimately doing their job. And they're weeding through, all of these offers, trying to find the best offers. So if you're not, presenting them all the way, and you're helping your client test the water, our job right now, more importantly than ever, is to be very, very, very consultative. Right? We've got to be able to educate our buyers on, here's what's going on in the market, here's why, here's how I'm going to present this offer, right? And make sure that you're dialed in, and you're doing those things, and you make any adjustments that you have to make along the way. But again, a lot of this, you as the agent, you can control this. That's what we're getting paid for, the big bucks, right? To help control the controllables and do whatever we can to help get your clients, to help get your clients' offer accepted. All right. So again, there's so many different things that you can do, but make sure that you as the agent, you're controlling the controllables. All right. So with that, hey, I want to remind you that we do have a 2-day agent bootcamp that I want to make sure that you can come to, because we literally talk about so many different things that can help you to build and to grow your business, from branding your business to generating leads, to converting those leads, to digital marketing strategies, even some of the tools and the resources that we use in order to help you to be able to build your business on a solid ground. All right. And so you can continue to keep growing. All right. So, hey, make sure it's inside of the description. So go ahead and you can register for the 2-day agent bootcamp. All right. And, again, we talk about so many different things. All right. So that's all I wanted to tell you today. Take care. Take charge. We'll see you at the top.